Conor, man, you got this fight coming up. You had a fight already in the last 6 months in Florida. How you feeling, bro? Like, I saw your clips. You look good, but just overall, how are you, like, mentally coming into this?
Yeah, obviously, it's hard because given all the controversy that's gone on, it's challenging. But, I'm a fighter, man. This is what I do. I'm born to fight, and, I'm coming in there I don't play no games. I come in there and I bring what I bring. Whether I've had a long layoff or not, or, I'm always in the gym, I'm always working, I'm always growing and developing. And, I feel extremely powerful. I feel devastating.
Do you have like an extra anger, like in this one because of everything that's been happening?
I'm not really an angry guy. I'm just when I'm in the ring. Like, I'm not really, even in the ring, it's like controlled aggression, but I wouldn't say like I'm like, I love to fight. I'm up for a fight. It excites me. Like, if I could fight instead of next weekend and fight tonight, now, I would. And I'm like, that's how I feel. I get really revved up and, I get spiteful. But no, I wouldn't say like there's any additional anger that's, come on to me being the way I am now. I just want to get in there and fight, man, and do damage.
I saw a photo that you posted with you and your son. I would imagine, like legacy is a big thing for you. You come from a great legacy, given about everything that's happened, a lot of people are questioning your character. How do you feel about that and how that's going to be seen, years from now?
Yeah, it was hard. That was the hardest thing for me to deal with. It wasn't just, listen, if you make a mistake in life, whatever it is, you go, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, and that's it. When it's something like this, it's not just a mistake. It's not just, it targets your character, it targets who you are, it targets what you stand for, what you represent, it targets who you are as a man, all your accomplishments. There's a lot in it, So for me, that was the hardest thing I had to deal with was, like, you guys think that's me. Like, you guys think I could do that. So that was the hardest thing. But I think when you become accepting of, some people will always believe, some people will never believe. What can I do? Apart from letting my fighting do the talking. Apart from staying disciplined. Apart from riding through the storm and facing the adversity. Apart from, controlling what I can control. Being the best fighter I can be, being the best dad I can be, being the best role model I can be. That's all I can do.
Yeah, I would imagine there's always going to be some fans that are not going to be satisfied with whatever you do. But do you feel you have to do anything extra in order to take those doubts away?
I feel like those who doubt now will always doubt. There's nothing more I can do in terms of protesting my innocence, in terms of going down the appropriate channels of proving my innocence, even being cleared, which I have been, being able to fight, beating the case, winning the hearing, so there's nothing more I can do. This is the card I've been dealt, and once you accept that, then, you're able to move on and just be the best fighter I can be, and that's all that I'm focused on doing, is just being the best fighter I can be. If you want to believe, believe. If you don't, don't. But one day, hopefully, in time, everything will all make sense.
Yeah, it's a hard position, honestly, and you've handled it in a way that you've been really open with talking about it, because usually some people wouldn't want to be open talking about all this. Why have you been so open about wanting to talk about all this stuff?
Because I feel like it's when it's your character, when it's who you are, you think I can just sit there and go, I can't. Because it's not me, it's not who I am. Should I have listened to the lawyers and stayed silent? Should I have listened to the legal teams who said, best say nothing? Why? Because I have nothing to hide. I'm not going to go missing and no one see or hear me, out of sight, out of mind. No, I'm going to shout from the rooftops. And for me, that's important. People know me as a fighter and know what I'm like. People who have followed my career know who Conor Benn is and what he's like. He's vulnerable, he's open, he's an open book to the supporters. And this goes no different. You know, I'm not going to shame myself away for something I never done. You know, and I'll protest my innocence to the rooftops. Even when there was an easy way out in lying, accidentally done this, accidentally done nothing. You know, so, and it's the way I'll always be.
You know, with having this second fight here now in America, is it now your new focus to have your fights out here in America and build your profile out here in the United States?
Yeah, obviously the Benn name's familiar out here in the States. You know, with my dad coming over here fighting Iron Barkley, Doug DeWitt, Joe McClellan, you know, so yeah, I think building my fan base out here is important. Obviously, all the world titles are over here, so yeah, that's key, man, for me to get over here, establish myself. But also, back home is home. That's home. Will always be home. You know, I've got mad love for everyone that supports me, but all the world titles are over here, and everyone puts all the Americans on the pedestal. You know, so no problem. I'll rise to the challenge.
You got a division that's kind of like in flux right now at welterweight with, you know, Crawford potentially moving up to 154. It leaves a lot of the belts vacant. You have, you know, Jaron Ennis that's still there in division as well, with other people like Devin Haney saying that they're going to potentially move up to 47. How do you see the division at this point and how you fit in with potential matchups and title shots?
I mean, I'll fight any of them. You've seen me call the names, the Ennises, the Barrioses, the Thurmans, the Ugas before he fought Barrios, the Errol Spences, the Crawl. You've seen me call them. So, you know, the only thing that's the issue here is the politics of it all. Other promoters won't let their fighters fight on DAZN. You know, so it's, again, that's none of my problem. My job is to be an animal. My job is to be a savage. My job is to train like, you know, a starving man. You know, so that's my job. I do my job. I let the team take care of the rest.
What do you make like someone of like a Devin Haney saying he wants to move up to 47 and potentially fight you?
Yeah, I mean, not now for him. You know, if he wants to come up to 147 fight, you know, I'd say have a warm-up fight at 147 and then let's go, let's run it.
Nice, yeah. You know, I think that there's a lot of interesting matchups in the division there for you. Do you feel, you know, this point in your career, do you want to jump in straight after this fight into like a big, like eliminator type fight and then a title shot, or do you still want to develop and get some of these other fights in under your belt?
I'm ready for whoever. You know, I'll fight. You know, if the fight was offered to Barrios, I'll fight Barrios. Like which we said that you know, that was the fight we want. Devin Haney, that was the fight. You know, Eubanks was 160, no problem. Jose Ramirez, we offered him the fight. You know, I've called Jaron Ennis out. So these are the fights I want, and these are the fights that should be easy to make. You know, we're the biggest names in the division, so let's make them.
Now that it's all blown over, just overall, do you think we ever, or you ever get back to the table with Eubank Jr. and you guys make that fight?
It's complete. Listen, I'll fight any man. I'm not going to lose no sleep over it. If the fight's there, the fight can happen.
What happened there for those American fans that don't know the particulars? Why did that fight fall through?
Because he didn't want the fight. You know, I think the money was outrageous. The money was ridiculous. But if he loses,
How outrageous?
his highest payday, that's for sure. You know, so by 5 times. So, you know, so it's like, okay, no problem. If you don't want the fight, then, you know, that's just not it's not my concern.
It would have been a hell of a fight. Like, when you guys announced that fight, I was like, dude, this is going to be a hell of a fight. Like, you're going to come at him and he's going to come at you. Like, I'm bummed that it didn't happen.
Yeah, I'll let the team, if that's next, that's what's next. I'll let the team do what they got to do, and then I can just focus on doing what I'm doing, man.
Ideally, how does this 2024 play out for you? What goals do you have, and how, when we catch up with you at the end of the year, what would have happened in your ideal 2024?
Winning the world title, proving myself, and remind everyone I am what I say I am.
All right. Hey, Conor. Lastly, any last messages to the American fans over here that may be tuning into you for the first time, or just anything you want to tell them out here?
No, just forever grateful, man, for the continued support. It's nothing but a blessing, and I'm forever grateful and blessed to have you guys supporting me and following my journey. So thank you.
Duro. Duro. Get. Toca. 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 Flick it. Duro. 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 Ahora, en lugar de allá, vas a hacer flick it y la derecha dura. ¿Sí?
O sea,
Jab duro, jab duro,
sí,
pum, jab duro,
sí.
pum, y después pum, a la derecha. Jab duro, duro, duro. Flick it and she's right. There we go.
O sea, tira eso
Como
más flojo, más rápido. O sea, fuerte, bang, oh, bang.
Exacto. Sí. Change it. Vamos. Duro, duro, duro. Flick it. So.
No me gusta hablar.